This is the Night Owls Disc Golf Podcast, a Disc Golf Answer Man Network podcast. I'm Shane.
And I'm JP.
All right, so this is our 15-minute shorts, or Monday shorts. No, like not what we wear.
Right.
The time.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Just wanted to clarify that. So what we're going to talk about today is disc prices. So we're going to talk about aftermarket and retail. So what was the cost of the very first disc you bought?
Okay. So the very first disc I got was a special edition Valkyrie, and I think I got it at like a big box sporting goods store. I don't remember the exact store, but I believe it was around $12, and that was back in 2003.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So I bought my first one maybe just a couple years before you, and it was a Valk Champ PFN, so pre-flight number, and I wanted to say it was like $12.
Yeah.
11 or $12. From Screamin' Tuna.
Okay.
That was where I bought mine from. Because they had bicycle stuff in there. They had like chain key rings and stuff like that. So bicycle chain key rings. So I went in there and that's where I found those. And before that, I didn't buy them. I was just given them. So,
Yeah.
So now a DX plastic, was it $12.99?
Yeah, I think that's what we had just checked out on our site, on the DoorDisc site.
And so we went on doordisc.com.
Shameless plug.
Yep. www.doordisc.com or doordiscgolf.com. Doesn't matter to me. So we're on the site, and in the shop we've been obviously changing price tags, and well, not changing price tags, but putting new price tags on when they come in. And every probably about 3 months this year, we got retail pricing agreement updates.
Okay.
Where they went up, I'd say 20 to 30% this year.
Wow.
And I remember last year, DD and Discraft went up twice. And so in 2020 went up twice.
Wow.
And not including 2021, they went up twice. And there's a whole bunch of reasons for it. I don't know if we necessarily need to get into that here. Because
sure.
I think you can... you just choose. I mean, there's the pandemic, there's shortages, there's shipping issues, there's blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So the cost of discs have gone up. Is it still a cheap sport?
It's as cheap or as expensive as you want to make it.
Right.
Right. I guess, going into a store and finding, the base, stock run discs, you can find some cheaper options, or you can go and find, a tour series disc or a signature disc, or maybe a starter set if you want, something along those lines. If you buy a starter set, they're usually a lower base plastic or whatever, but it's a decent value for what you're getting.
Right.
I mean, nowadays, tour series discs are running you anywhere from mid-20s to $30.
Right.
So,
Well, like the Yuli Raptors are $29.99.
Okay.
28. What are they?
I didn't notice. They're on the homepage.
Yeah.
Right there? Yeah.
So the Yuli Raptors are $25.99.
Okay.
So plus shipping, if you choose not to come into the shop. But yeah, the Yuli Raptors, the Captain Raptors are, $25.99, and then I think someone was up at $29.99. I don't remember who it was, but so all the Ledgestone stuff. So we are a Ledgestone dealer, so we got all the Ledgestone plastic. We do still have some in store, but all the Ledgestone is $21.99.
Yeah.
And most of it's all it's all premium plastic, special blends, things like that. So, but that's actually about comparable to what stock runs are.
Sure.
And you look into DD, and when they get into their Lucid X and Team Series, $24.99.
Yeah.
And that's retail. I mean, that's what they charge. And that's what we're asked to charge for.
Okay.
So the cost of the game has definitely gone up. So here's my one thing with retail side that is slightly concerning. is that it is not as easy to walk up to a young player, either college, high school, junior high, and say it's cheap,
Yeah.
because $25 is not cheap for people.
No, it's not.
You know, for certain, especially young people that just got a job
Yeah.
or they don't have a job. To walk up to your mom and say, "Hey, I want $25 for what? A Frisbee." What?
Yeah.
You know, we'll go to the local pizza joint and they'll give us a free one that they'll serve your pizza on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, we have, what is that? Who does that around here? Why am I blanking? Fireside.
Oh, really?
Their kids' stuff is served on a Frisbee.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's what do they call those? A fastback.
Oh,
Served
sure.
on a fastback.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's the only concern I have with these going up, because as far as profit margins and things like that, they haven't changed for us.
Yeah.
You know, as far as a retailer goes, we're not making more money on top of this because our costs have gone up and our labor's gone up, all that stuff. So we're not making any more money on that. So it doesn't really help us in any way, shape, or
Yeah.
form.
I guess when I go into, onto a site or into the store and say I'm looking like, well, Cloudbreaker 3s came out $30.
Yeah, they were $29.99.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you know that a portion of that's going to Eagle McMahon. So like I don't feel bad like spending that because I know it's going towards a player. But I know just a couple of years ago, Cloudbreaker 2s and like the original Cloudbreakers were down in like the mid and lower 20s. So
Right.
yeah, it's the game is evolving rapidly and
Well, and you
price.
look at like, so DX, that is Walmart shelf, $8,
yeah.
$12 right now. You know, and these are discs like, people are going to hate me for saying this, but DX is the worst of the worst plastic.
Right.
You know, and it's not bad flying, but it chews up so
Yes.
quickly.
Yes.
I don't know of a plastic, I hate to say this, except for gateways, low end. I don't know what that's called.
I don't know either.
But except for gateways, that chews up that quickly.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy how quickly that stuff chews up. $12,
Yeah.
you know? And it is what it is. People are paying it.
Yeah, they are.
And they have to push that cost up. I understand the reasoning behind it. But is it now becoming a less accessible sport for certain people?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're gonna eventually price people out at some point where they're like, I just can't afford to buy these discs. That's just the way it's gonna go.
Right. So let's talk about the secondary market.
Oh boy.
So I just want to say absolute lunacy. The secondary market.
Oh, absolutely.
So Cloudbreaker 3s. We won't even get into Sextons.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
Sextons are an anomaly.
They are. They're ridiculous, especially the ones that come out from Vegas.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I'm still so mad. I'm going to, side note, last year's Vegas, the black ones that came out.
Okay.
No, was it last? Yeah, it was last year. No, it was the year before. I didn't do last year's because I didn't want to
Oh,
stand in that
you
line
told me
and
the
be
line was
disappointed.
ridiculous.
It was ridiculous. We came off of the course and it was already wrapped around completely the clubhouse. So you went into like all the way wrapped around. So you went all the way around the clubhouse outside, into the clubhouse, up the stairs.
Oh, my God.
And into the player check-in room.
That's ridiculous.
And from what I understand, a lot of people got them.
Yeah.
Because they limit it. But the year that I stood in line, which was the year prior, 2020, it was a 20. It was the 20 Vegas. The
Okay.
black one. Yeah, I think it was black. Yeah, it was a special run. I don't remember what they were. But anyways. No, it was black. It was black.
Okay.
I stood in line for 2 hours.
Wow.
I was
remember this story.
at
I
the
remember.
tent entrance.
Yeah.
And I was the next person to get Sexton Firebirds. He walks out and says, "We're out of Firebirds."
Yeah.
I about kicked him in the nuts. Not Sexton, whoever it was that said that. I was so
Oh,
mad.
man.
2.5 hours I waited in there. And luckily I'd played well, so my round wasn't until later. So I was standing in that stupid line.
Yeah.
Waiting. Not warming up, not practicing, and not that it affected my play. I'm not that good anyway. But, man, I don't promote violence, but I was darn close.
Yeah.
But I passed on the Wysocki destroyers, and those are the overweight ones.
Oh yeah.
I passed on those because
Okay.
I was just like, "Meh," I threw my hands up and I walked away. I was
Yeah.
so mad. And you could get 5 of those,
Yeah.
but you could only get, well, at the time, this was the big issue, controversy, is they were letting people buy 5 Firebirds. And then they saw that they were going so quickly that they stopped.
Yeah.
And then, right or wrong, it doesn't matter. The LVC club got early access to them, and so did all
Okay.
the workers.
Oh, man.
So there was a lot that went out beforehand, and I think that's awesome.
Sure.
I don't have any issues with that. But I'm really pissed that I was the next person in line.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
There was something at DDO last year when we were there that I think. Oh no, it was the iced out. It was the ice EMAC Truths, and I wanted to wait in line so bad for them, but the line was huge. And I was like, it'd be really cool to get one, but I'm not gonna sit there and wait for an hour. And Jordan's like, we need to get back to our hotel because like we
Right.
were staying quite a ways away. But I was like,
Yeah.
oh, it'd been so cool to get one. But I ended up getting some Eric Oakley iced out Eric Oakley Felons. So it was very cool.
Man, those ice discs were awesome.
Yeah.
I saw the trio come up: the black, the white, and the ice.
Mm-hmm.
So it was the Phantom or the ghosted white, ghosted black,
Okay.
and the iced out EMAC come up
Okay.
just recently
Yeah.
on an auction page, and it wasn't that bad. You know, I think they were going for approximately $40 a piece. It
Sure.
was about 120 to 150, I
mean-
think, is what it sold for.
Okay.
And I probably would have paid something like that, but I would have thrown them.
Yeah.
You know, so I kind of told myself, nah, don't do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think the aftermarket is absolutely nutty
It is.
because I have one, except for a 15. I had a 15. I don't know where it's at, so I'm sure it's somewhere. But in my collection, I have every year of the Firebird,
Okay.
and I have the USDGC bottom stamped commemorative. I have all the little intricate ones. Don't have any LVC ones. For some reason, I'm there every single year, and I can never get one. So some of those discs, especially the ones that I still have in plastic, the 16 and 17s, they're probably near a couple $100.
Sure.
$200 or $300 for those things.
That's crazy.
Why?
Yeah. I guess, you know, if people have thrown them and known what they are, like certain runs, you're like, oh, this one's more overstable, this one's more flippy, whatever. And those runs just begin to become more desirable.
Right.
But then as people throw them and they like, you know, like they're out of rotation or whatever, where do you find them? And you have to turn to the people that have them for those
Right.
years, and all of a sudden you have to pay what they ask.
But explain to me the 2021 Firebirds. Why are they still going for higher than market value online? I mean, aftermarket
Yeah.
on the secondary market.
that's kind of
when
an
you
anomaly
can
to
still
me.
buy them on the shelf. You can go to.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Factory Store still has some.
I've seen this too with Discmania releases. Someone was reaching out on a Facebook page, Discmania Marketplace page, asking for Zens or Midnight Pearls. They're like, oh, where can I find them? Where can I find them? Like, they're readily available on Discmania's website right now, and you're coming to the app, you're looking in the aftermarket, asking people where they're at. I'm like, there was a lot of those produced. Like, they're
Yeah.
still there.
Yeah.
But so a disc, you had mentioned the Cloudbreaker 3 just a couple seconds ago. So when they were released, there's trouble getting them here, and it's not like they made a lot of them, but due to the short demand, initially people bought them up, and then all of a sudden they're going for $70 a piece online, and people are like, "Oh, I gotta get this! It's the FOMO." But like a couple weeks later, all of a sudden here's more Cloudbreaker 3s.
Yeah.
Like,
that container finally showed
right,
up.
yeah, and then, but now they're all gone again. So
Yep,
whatever.
yep.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a weird thing.
And that is some strange, because I even see stuff that we had sitting on the shelf. That's it. Now we're a small store as of right now, but we would still have stuff sitting on the shelf, and I would look aftermarket. We're not allowed to sell secondary market,
Yeah.
so I can't do anything about it. But I would look in secondary market, and people are like, "Where can I get these? Where can I get these?" And they're paying double the price for them, or at least another half
Sure.
as much. And like, just do a little search,
Yeah.
like on Google, it'll come up. They're there. I can't understand the secondary market. I get it for collector items. I think that's awesome, especially you get some of the old, PFN stuff, or you're looking at some, USDGC rocks, or you get into stuff like that are truly limited produce. Like what Ledgestone used to be.
Yeah.
Ledgestone used to be like, if you got Ledgestone, you were selling out immediately.
Yep.
It's not the case anymore.
Right, they're mass producing and getting the most.
Yeah,
yeah.
And I think it's awesome.
But it's still pretty limited to Ledgestone
still.
and like a select number of stores.
Right, and
Yeah.
they still sell really well. And there's only 27 stores or something
Yeah,
like that have them, so
yeah.
it's still fairly limited. But it's just, I think they're catching on, and I think that supply and demand goes, it's catching up to itself.
Yeah.
And we talked about Discmania missing the mark.
with the mystery
recently,
boxes, yeah.
with the mystery boxes,
Yeah.
and I think that's a lot of what it is.
Sure.
So, Gyropalooza.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
But that was also the same thing. I saw Gyropalooza packs going for more money than you could go to a retail store and buy them for. And there are people, we still have some sitting on the shelf.
Yeah. I think it could be like, for us, it's regional. There's not a lot of people in our area that throw it. So obviously we're not going to sell more than what we have, or it's not going to go as fast. I think that happens too with other places. Like you'll see like down south, it might be more Prodigy going, or, out west, more Innova, DD in the Midwest, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Depending on where you are, what pockets, things are more desirable in your areas.
Yeah, right now, Discraft is the big hot item. Getting anything Discraft, it usually moves fairly quickly. So, but yeah, so that's kind of our perspective. You have anything else to add to it?
Well, yeah. I've dipped into the secondary market for, a few maybe collector's discs or discs that I really liked a specific run and I couldn't get them. So my first endeavor into like the secondary market was I started to throw the Lone Hulls. And I really liked it. And all of a sudden, like I had bought one right before like the shortage hit. And all of a sudden, like I may have gotten another one. I bought one from Mike Harrington's site when it was still relatively low. Like the price had just started going up, and like it went up to like 35. And I think I paid another one. I bought two. One was 35, I think, and 40 or 45. Now all of a sudden, like you look at them and it's like 120, 125.
Yeah.
I've paid over 100 for one before.
Have you really?
It was really swirly and really
And those
cool.
are throwers, right?
Yeah.
All of them?
I have a couple of backups that I haven't thrown. I lost two, which really sucks.
Ooh.
But yeah, so I still have a few left that I intend to throw. Yeah.
Okay.
And then, I've bought a couple other discs that, I just collect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've decided, I made an honest effort in my bag not to bag anything that's super rare.
I did, yeah.
Except my FDs. That's the
Okay.
I just can't pull them out. But I have that
I know.
second run FD.
Yeah.
That is, if you can find one, they're so expensive right now. They're in the $200 to $300
Sure.
range right now. And those are new, you can find some used ones in the hundreds, maybe the high, $80 to $90
Right.
range, but that's rare.
Yeah.
But man, I'm gonna lose it one day, I'm sure, but I'll find a replacement, But everything else is basically stock run stuff.
Right,
I don't get into the.
I've taken a few discs out that I know. Like I had two four claw buzzes, Beth buzzes, and like someone had told me like what they're going through. Like I've thrown them, like they were in my bag, like they're throwers.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they're still pretty high. So I decided to take them out.
I'm gonna look it up and see
And like I don't know the black one. He came out with a black.
that only he had.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so 4 claws, just quick eBay price check, $140 to $180.
That's crazy. I don't know we don't know the condition of them at all or
No.
anything, but that's just quick hit.
Yeah, just quick hit. These are discs that you got for $20.
Yeah, I got them right when they came out. When Macbeth first moved, and they were at the Springtime Open, and Josh had a ton of them.
Yeah.
Josh Ham, and so I grabbed two.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's where I got, because I think I have 3 full sets. Well, I had 3 full
Because
sets.
it was that, the Force, and there was another one I think that
There were 4.
Okay.
So it was the Luna, And then
Did that come out like right?
it wasn't Four Claw, but it was the Luna.
Yeah. Okay.
But it came out at the same time. They had the Luna,
Oh, sure.
the Undertaker,
yeah.
the Buzz, and then the Force.
Yep. Okay.
So it was those four.
Yep.
Yeah, and I have a full set hanging, which I have some really good looking ones hanging.
That's cool.
And then I have a full set that I've thrown. And then the third set, I want to say Jordan got it.
Okay.
I think I gave it to Jordan, maybe. I don't remember. But I have, some of the Proto. I have 3 Proto Lunas somehow. I don't know where I got them. So, but yeah, some of the discs that I have on my wall, I always just look like, man, and they're not that valuable to me, especially when they're $170. Like, I think about it all the time, just throwing them up for sale. But yeah, I'll keep them.
Yep.
I'll keep them. So, all right. Anything else to add or
No,
say?
that's it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, where can they find you?
Number one, night.owl. And that's on Instagram.
All right. And also on Instagram is door_disc_golf. So door_disc_golf_. And then we have also www.doordisc.com. And then on Facebook, it's Door Disc Golf Store. And
Oh, I forgot to mention. Okay, so last short episode, we talked about the mystery boxes.
right.
Forgot to put out on social media details about how we can win it, or people
Yeah,
can.
you and I went back and forth on text on that.
Yeah. So I think we kind of decided like what our goal was to reach like 5,000 streams. Is that
Right.
And I don't remember if there was a number for subscribers.
I don't think we did. I think
Okay.
it was just streams.
Yeah.
So we'll hit it no matter what, because with every
Yep.
episode we get a certain number of streams. So as of right now, we're under 1,000
Yeah.
at the present moment. So
Present moment.
Yep. So I would say by the time we hit the 5,000, we'll be able to figure out a way to get that out to you.
Yeah.
But
So
it's-
share us, share the podcast if you enjoy us. Help spread the word.
Right. And then we are only 55 likes away on door_disc_golf from giving away the disc jockey,
Awesome.
the Bushnell disc jockey. So jump on there, give us a like, share it with your friends, and then when that happens, I will give it away to one of our subscribers. So that race to 500. And then I guess outside of that, keep an eye out for the $10,000 Matchy Paul Macbeth Foundation that I am doing. So I will match up to $10,000 that is donated to the Paul Macbeth Foundation in the year of 2022, as long as it's donated either under Door Disc Golf or under my name, Shane Solomon. All right.
Awesome.
Have a good day. Keep us up par. Peace.
Peace.